There's a possibility that we can fix radiation treatment and advance space technology to the point where we could possibly live there, all from the help of one bacteria. Now, radiation is simply where a large amount of energy is being emitted from a particle, usually in the form of a radioactive particle found in the list of these periodic elements. Now, there are many good cases of radiation where you can get nuclear energy, where you can actually extract that energy and actually use it in the form of electricity, where you can power everything. But there are also cases where it's not so good. Radiation kills cells quickly, no matter where it may come from. Now, when any organic matter or any cell is actually exposed to radiation, then that cell actually goes through a series of transformations. Gamma radiation is really the most common one here, where the waves can pretty much break through any barrier and start to affect the DNA directly, usually resulting in a double-strand break. Now, a double-strand break is essentially a piece of DNA that breaks. But it comes at a point where amino acids can't be produced or proteins can't be produced, and all in all, the cell starts to die because they actually can't function in the way it's supposed to. Now, the body actually has mechanisms to actually deal with this, where you can either get a piece of similar DNA, where you actually can sever these together with a bridge, or it just burns and severs the two together, similar to how a soldering iron actually functions. However, the best solution is always going to be prevention. Space radiation moves a little differently. Essentially, electrons can be pushed out and creating a completely different ion instead of the regular atom that was supposed to be there, throwing everything off homeostasis. The way to best protect against radiation is to simply keep it full of water. If it's full of water, that means it can't dry out, and drying out is where bad things start to happen to the cell and to the chemistry around it. So, how do we prevent drying out of these cells, otherwise known as desiccation? Now, there's one really cool organism called Deinococcus radiodurans. That's a really long name. I'm just going to call it an extremophile from now on. And essentially what an extremophile is something that can survive in extreme environments. It loves extreme things, as given by the name. Now, the lethal dose to actually kill this extremophile is 1,500 times the amount that it needs for humans. Now, there are a million different theories of where this actually came from, one even being it's from alien life, but really, it comes down from one thing. It can actually survive without drying out. The mechanism for repairing DNA in this extremophile is actually fairly similar to us, meaning that that's not the difference it has, that 1,500. Now, this extremophile has 4 genes. You can see them listed here. And all these genes protect against desiccation here. Remember, protect that water, protect against radiation damage, and we're good from there. Now, there's even the possibility that we can actually express these in our bodies, but that requires a whole bunch of testing. So, here's a possible way that we can actually test this out. CAR T-cell therapy actually functions by taking T-cells out of the body, using gene editing to actually fix that, and reintroducing them into the body once again. Now, what CAR T-cell therapy does is it takes T-cells out of the blood and out of the body, and uses gene editing to actually make them into genetically engineered cancer killers. And they're once again reintroduced in the body, but this time they have the knowledge and the tools to actually fight cancer. And it's a very effective process here. We could do something similar here, where we can take gut bacteria in our body, and then retake that out, use gene editing to import these 4 genes in, actually making sure that it's protective against radiation, and reintroduce that here. Now, this could be really good against protecting the immune system and, in general, the body as a whole. The gut system actually has a massive role in our well-being. Now, this could possibly create dangerous situations no matter where it is. Any gene editing done on any part of the body, no matter how small, is going to have a butterfly effect on the body. However, let's not take that away from the future. We could live in space. And I don't mean to say that lightly, but this is a real possibility that we can do here. If we can actually protect against radiation, actually make sure that our bodies and our own lives have enough to keep us going in space and actually protect against radiation, then we have found the tool to space exploration. The possibilities are truly endless here. Thank you for watching.